this video we're going to look at adding columns and grids to your frames. So jumping back into our file, I'm going to go up to the frame tool up here. I'm going to select, let's go for desktop and MacBook Pro 14-inch. So if I zoom in, I've got the frame selected, and if I click on plus here next to layout grid, as you can see, it applies a 10 pixel grid across the entire frame. If you want to change the options, let's have a look, click on the dots here. You can increase the size of the grid here by increasing this number, and if you really want to change the color, you can come in here, change the color as well of the grid. Cool. Right, so that is applying a grid to the frame. If I click on frame again, MacBook Pro 14-inch, and let's apply a grid. So if we click on here, click plus here, let's click on this option here. So under the drop down here, we've got the option to do grids, columns or rows. So we've just done a grid. If we do columns, as you can see, it lists the columns here, and if you do a row, it does the rows here. So back to columns. Typically we can work off a desktop, you can do 12 column grid. So there we go, applying the 12 columns across. You've got the different types here, so you can left, right, center or stretch. I'm going to leave it to stretch. I'm going to add a margin on the outside of, let's say, 40 pixels, so it pushes that grid in a bit. And then the gutter, which is the space between the columns, you can increase, as you can see, or decrease that just here. I'm going to leave that to 20. So that's nice and easy. If I create another frame, so again, MacBook Pro 14-inch, to save you having to click on the frame, customize the settings on the right hand side, what you can do, if I click on this frame here where I've already got the columns, if you click on the grey area just next to this icon here, it selects it. If you press Command C to copy, if we click on this frame, Command V, and it will paste over the column and all its settings onto the new frame. And I think if I go all the way back to the grid, click on here, Command C, all the way down to the last frame, Command V, nice. So I've got a mixture of columns and grid. But if you want to get rid of them or turn them on or off, you can use the eye here to kind of just turn it on or off. If you want to get rid of it, just click on the minus. Cool, that is columns and grids. I hope that made sense. I'll see you in the next video.